Hello everybody, welcome to my Vaal Power Siphon XP Farmer proof of concept. JK, this isn't me, this is me. I don't got no fancy MTXs. So this is main skill, Vaal Power Siphon. I really wanted to make an XP farm this league for two reasons. One, I had never done it before, and last league I played Hand of Wisdom in action right at the very beginning of the league as an assassin, and did it before anyone else was using the item. And I say that quite honestly, it was my very first build of the league, and I felt super hipster and great. And the second reason is that in Legacy League, there's some extra items that can drop, and so building a farmer is really good. So I wanted to farm blue Legacy League Stones, and I wanted to farm Reliquary Keys. And it's amazing so far. I'm level 80, I just hit it, but it took no time at all because of how fast Vaal Power Siphon clears. All you need for this build is an Obliteration Wand. I'm not using one right now, I just upgraded to this, which is slightly better DPS and 1 point extra crit chance, and projectile speed, which is important for reasons I'll cover later. Other than that, you just need that and a 6-link. I was using a Tabula for a long time, but I had this from a different character that I got lucky linking, and so I'm just using it. I'm using 2 Vaal Power Siphons here, and that's what you want to use, and Chain is the other important support. After that, Fizz Proj and Added Cold are quite good. Faster Projectiles is a nice 6th link. Again, increased projectile speed I'll cover in a bit, but Chain is extremely important, and you get +1 from your ascendancy since I'm playing a deadeye. I'm not sure if it's the best ascendancy choice, and there's quite a few things I need to test here, but you get 30% prod speed here, which it increases the range of your Vaal Power Siphon, and then here you get the chain, which is extremely powerful. So I chain 3 times with my Vaal Power Siphon, and I do Added Cold, which you get Added Cold from the gem, and I'm actually getting quite a bit of Added Cold from Hiri's Ire. And it's good to get from equipment too. So they're all scaled by projectile damage instead of just physical, so I scale a lot of projectile here. There's some just physical damage scaling. You can see I get acro here because my life is shit. So some defense, I get acro, which helps a lot. I get some evasion, but I get more projectile speed here and here. Come up, I'm going to pick up that life node next. Then you get all this damage. I picked up the Eloquence Wheel back when I was going MF, because it helped Divination Distillate, and it's still very good, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure if it's worth the number of points I'm spending to get it, because I'm spending 5 points on it, essentially. So I'm not quite sure if it's worth it, but it probably is. What might be a better deal is going down here and getting Druidic Rite to increase flask duration. But anyway, let's go here, pick up these great wand nodes. These are what scale off of physical, so it's good to have as high physical damage as you can, and the crit chance. Yeah, so I run Blood Rage to generate Frenzy Charges, which is a huge added damage, and that's it. My build's items are still really shitty. I can't believe I'm still using the shield, but it gives you some extra cold damage, which is great, and it gives me some cold res, which fills the gap in my equipment. Rat's Nest gives you move speed, which is the #1 limiting factor for this build, other than projectile speed, and souls. And I'm using 1 Chill of Corruption here, which the added cold damage helps a lot. So I'm going to do a run to show you guys what it's like. I'm going to reset my XP per hour, and going to go. So Blood Rage, and you kind of smash your flasks to go as fast as you can. Shattering enemies is good to generate charges. And we're almost got our, there we go. So here we go, and let's do the Vaal Power Siphon. So you see I got my charges back. Like, you don't necessarily need 2 Vaal Power Siphons, but it helps a lot if you don't always get them back, like right there. I didn't get the charges back. So Vol is not worth doing on this build. Oh, this is annoying. Running out of flasks. There we go, okay, got it back. I normally don't run out of charges, but every so often you'll end up in a strange corner in Lake. If you've run Lake before, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But you can see the clear is so automatic, and you go really fast. So So they're averaged 160 million XP per hour. 160 million, I'm level 80 in a 67 zone, so 160 million is 160 divided by, the XP penalty is 0.469, I believe. So I'm actually got around 340 million XP per hour, which is quite respectable when you're leveling gems. If you go from level 1 empowers or enlightens, it's quite strong. And if you farm blue league stones and other currency items, it's very good. Other items to consider using, I'm using this simply because I need intelligence. I'll swap it out on my shield eventually, but for now you need a lot of int to get the wand, and you don't quite have enough in your tree. But I was using Bisco's collar for a long time, because as long as I'm running stuff, I might as well get increased quantity and rarity, and this is extremely efficient in that regard. Crew reward is also very good if you're looking at the move speed and projectile speed. And the prod speed tells you how far your projectiles go, obviously, but it determines how far your Vaal Power Siphon shoots. And Vaal Power Siphon throws, the way it works is it shoots a projectile at every enemy on your screen, or every enemy in range. So the higher range you have, the more enemies it'll kill. So here it'll shoot at everything, and it's shot at enemies up here. Let's do a different one. So here, you see a shot a projectile at every enemy, and then what happens is it chains. So it chains 3 times. And because of the chaining, you can actually get around corners. See, it shoots off screen because of the increased prod speed. So because of the chaining, the projectiles actually fire around corners. Plus this is extremely satisfying. And it goes around obstacles, and it works for indoor maps, whereas Vaal Spark sometimes is a little annoying. Although, to be fair, it's actually almost exactly the same as Vaal Spark, which boxes nicely, and you just feel good playing it. And Vaal Power Siphon automatically generates power charges for you, so you don't need to worry about that. Blood Rage is great, it gives you some attack speed, and you can deal with the degen, no problem. I'm using Enfeeble right now, and Hatred is extremely important to get the extra shatters and damage. But yeah, that's the build. I'll keep you updated if I have any better ideas. I was wondering about going Raider, because move speed seems to be the most limiting factor in how fast you can clear. And Raider has the move speed, and I'm not sure if the projectile speed and the free chain is worth losing the move speed. And I mean, there's some extra damage for sure in Raider too, but you can get some great move speed from it, and I think it might be a better option than Deadeye, but I don't know. The free chain is great, especially if you actually want to take this to maps and you don't want a shitty 6-link. You can get by on a 5-link, and that free chain is going to help you a lot if you take out the chain support, because you can still clear absolutely fine without the chain support, because you one-shot everything anyway. Your damage is so high. Like, wand damage is obviously always very high, but the crits are so strong. There we go. And yeah, see, everything's still clearing. You don't need to use that chain support gem. So you can use a 5-link, which is essentially a 4-link because of the 2 Vaal Power Siphon skill gems. And it works perfectly fine. So yeah, you can take this to maps. I've not gone very far because, again, I just got to 80, and you get XP so fast that, well, I just got to 80. I leveled from 55 to 80 at 350 million XP per hour. And you just cruise through it. So I just like the chain because it goes around obstacles even better, through doorways and around corners. But Yep, so that's the build. Quick proof of concept to show you that it works and that it's extremely efficient, and I think can really rival Vaal Spark. And the budget is, well, much, much cheaper to get a very strong build. So, hope you enjoyed, and please try it out, and let me know if you have any suggestions for the build.